No way did Cody and Cena think that. I'm not buying it.
Eric, if you were booking tonight, would you have had Cena win, or should Cody have retained?
No, I would have had Cena win. You and I spoke about that going into this. I would have had Cena win, but man, I wanted some heat. There was no heat for me there. That was a paint by numbers finish with paint by numbers heat, and they got some work to do. But to answer your question, I would have had Cena take it with a ridiculous amount of heat, and I would have Cody chase. And it would be the beginning of Cena's redemption story, and Cena would end up being a baby face at the end of it, along with Cody. This was confusing to me.
I don't want to hear anybody bust your balls about Dennis Rodman wrestling ever again either, by the way.
That's the thing. I was going to say that, and I got myself distracted. That was, if there was one thing that really took me out of this match.
Yes.
Lighter. Took me out and you're not getting me back was when Travis Scott was introduced with an entrance.
Yes.
In the middle of a match.
Yes.
It was almost as if it was designed to take me out of the moment. I am dumbfounded. That was a weird one for me. It was like, wait, what?
It made as much sense to me as Jeff Hardy dancing down the ramp when Matt Hardy's getting beat up and Jeff's coming to make the save. Like, okay, but first, I'm going to dance.
So it took forever, as entrances do. And it was like Cody's like selling, like, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. That was all left up.
Beating Ric Flair's record. Now he's a 17-time world champion. And I think a lot of people feel disappointed that The Rock wasn't there. It feels like this whole story revolved around The Rock and he wasn't there. Fans are rightfully upset, I think. I've heard reports that there was booing nonstop, even after the cameras stopped. And fans even sort of waited around thinking, well, is something else going to happen? They were really expecting The Rock to be there. What'd you think of the main event and Travis Scott's involvement and maybe The Rock's lack of involvement?
I think they all need to call a wambulance. Dial 911 is what they need to do. Look, Skandar Akbar used to always tell me we'd leave a spot show and people were mad and wanting to riot, and wanting to kill us for leaving the Von Erich boys down or whatever we did. We left them just like they love to be left. They're miserable. And sometimes that's what you do. If you're booking it like the fans want to book it, you're going to have a feel-good moment. Now, I'm not taking shots at the fans. I'm just telling you what my perspective of the business. And you're going to book this hot shot moment. You're going to have The Rock come down. You're going to have the glass break. You're going to have all this stuff happen. Everybody's going to go, oh, man. And all of a sudden, Cena's going to get that 17-time world champion. Everybody's going to stand up and cheer. You're going, all right, man, that's fantastic. That's not episodic. That's a culmination. That's a final is what that is. That's a finale. It's tough to follow that. Instead, you do something where fans are pissed off. That's the wrestling business. And now they're going to – I had a fan tell me one time, Killer Tim Brooks can't wrestle at all. I hate that guy. I said, would you pay to see Stan Hansen come in to wrestle him? And he goes, oh, my God, I'd pay double. I go, you're right. He can't work at all.
Yes.
That's, to me, how you leave the fans. And that's a hard thing to do. But that, in my opinion, is how they were trying to leave him. And I thought they did. And now if you want to bring The Rock in, now if you want to put the bells and whistles, now it becomes different. You want to make Cena into a heel, not this celebrated 17-time world champion that's the greatest of all time and all the accolades that should go with him. You don't want that. You want people mad that this guy won. And that's what happened. So I thought that I thought the finish was actually pretty good.
Did you see the John Cena Cody Rhodes match from WrestleMania? And if so, what did you think about it?
I did see the whole match. I I liked everything until the rapper dude came out. That didn't make
Travis
a lot
Scott.
of. What's his name?
Travis Scott.
He's a rapper, right?
Correct.
Okay. I really was watching it. I don't watch much wrestling anymore. GW had me here watching it. And up until that point, I thought it was a solid match, man. I'm actually going, you know what? This is a nice match. I think it went downhill from the point when he came out. Not downhill, but it to me, it didn't make sense.
You don't think they stuck the
Maybe
landing?
you could. It just didn't make me. Now I haven't been following the storyline, so I don't know what Travis Scott had to do before this. I don't know, but to me, when I was watching, I always listened to the crowd. I'm surprised they didn't filter some noise in there, but it went from here to when he walked out. It just kind of went to here and it stayed there.
Yeah,
To
he had a
me.
lot. I thought he
To
had
me.
too long of an intro. I thought that killed the momentum a little
I
bit.
cannot believe a 2-night event, all the wrestling minds involved in the brainchild of WWE, which are too many to mention, that they all agreed and said, yes, let's give Travis Scott 90 seconds to get to the whatever it is and do this damage. Conrad, it's still baffling to me, the execution. Now, his involvement, I love. I think it's not just brilliant. I think it adds so much to, and I know there's some things that haven't panned out, and we may be going different places, and there may be licensing and music and WME, Rock and Cena, and they all may have the same agent, and it orchestrating this deal. And Jeff, you don't understand. There's zeros upon zeros added to this deal and the monetization. But I'm talking about the execution for the wrestling fan, not casual, not hardcore, just anybody watching that they said, man, this is going to work. Go down there, guys, and execute that. The finish, the engagement, the involvement, the crossover, all of that stuff. Couldn't we have had Travis Scott come from, the however you want to call it, the announced desk side or whatever? Can't you do the exact same story, just speed it up exponentially? You're still going to get the beauty shots of Cena and Travis Scott in the ring. You're still going to get the screw job. You're going to still get everything. But we're going to let the guy walk down there. Conor, that's the only thing that's a little head scratcher, and I can hear it. Oh, Jeff, you did this and did that. And look, I get it. There's a lot of things that I've screwed up on. I'm trying to figure out collectively how they all made the decision and said, yep, this is best for business. Yep, this is going to work. No way did Cody and Cena think that. I'm not buying it.